It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I am so excited for what's about to come. Now, schools and other structures built entirely out of recycled plastics are no longer a thing of the future, but a reality of the present. Now, Head of Corporate Affairs at Danone Southern Africa, Leanne Kieser, joins us this morning to chat about how New Today's Tubs2Classrooms project has converted yogurt tubs into strong, lightweight bricks to build classrooms and stimulate awareness around the solution of recycling. Leanne, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Are you lagging this brick around wherever you go?
I have. I've carried it through the airport. I'm feeling sufficiently strong and tired.
I bet you a lot of people got a lot of questions when you come around with a brick like this. But listen, fact of the matter is, I love the fact that Danone is doing everything to preserve our environment in this incredible initiative. Now, the New Today's Tubs2Classrooms, how did it all come about?
Well, what it's all about is, Danone is on a roadmap. Of course, our number one priority over and above providing healthy nutrition to South Africans is to make sure that we do it in a responsible way by producing plastic and packaging which is protecting the planet's resources. So we're basically on a journey, we're on a roadmap where today 99% of the materials we use are already recyclable. But we realize that we have a role to play in helping to create awareness around recycling and using Nutriday's Tubs2Classrooms project to stimulate that awareness, particularly among learners at schools. So what we do is we go to schools, we teach learners that after they've enjoyed their delicious yogurt,
and we know this is a firm favorite for those school snacks.
I mean, it is South Africa's number one. Thank you for that punt. But, after they've enjoyed their delicious yogurt, they should clean their yogurt tubs, collect the tubs and keep them aside. And Danone, in turn, will collect them and with the support of our upcycling partner, who's Envirolite, convert the tubs into bricks and in turn use those bricks to build structures like classrooms, libraries, learning centers. And so we bring this really, really tangible message to learners that your waste has value. And if treated correctly and made, placed into a recycling stream, you can actually produce a useful resource for another school just like yours.
I love that because, it really comes down to that educational point of view, because it is the youth that is going to take this forward and looking after our environment, because we know that we are at such a delicate place at the moment with regards to our environment. But I want to know, so this is the brick.
This is it.
And these are the tubs. Now, how many of these tubs go into a brick like this? Because let me tell you, it's better to see it like this than on the beach or floating around the ocean or in a gutter lying somewhere.
Yeah. So remarkably, it will take 245 of these little Nutriday tubs to produce one brick like this. So it's a lot of tubs, it's a lot of volume to produce one brick. And, in the classrooms that Danone has committed to build this year, we're talking about a 7x7 meter classroom. We will be converting 1 million tubs to build one classroom. So, basically that's the number of tubs it takes. So the more we collect, the more we can produce.
There we go.
Well done.
Can I just... It's a brick. It's a proper brick, This is... And it's much lighter than a conventional brick of this size, to be honest,
Yeah.
And the word in the street is that a library is also on the cards.
Absolutely. So we made a really exciting announcement in honor of World Earth Day, which I know that you're celebrating feverishly today. But Nacheng Primary School in Vosloorus, which is right near to Danone's factory in Gauteng, is the excited beneficiary of a library which Danone is building using these upcycled bricks, using yogurt tubs which the school themselves collected. So basically, the campaign of educating schools about recycling and collecting yogurt tubs is now in its third year. And using all the tubs that we've collected, we are producing this library as a real showcase of what you can produce if you treat your packaging and your plastic correctly, making sure it gets into a recycling stream.
Absolutely. It's such a positive spin on a big negative issue when it comes to waste out there. Just quickly, I know that a large focus on schools and kids, but what message would you have to our general public out there with regards to recycling and looking at initiatives like this?
Yeah, I think the call to action to everybody out there is really to choose well. We're using this moment as a showcase of what correct treatment of plastic can do. Plastic is out there. It actually has an important role in terms of protecting the integrity and the safety of the product that you'll consume. So what's important is how we treat that plastic after we've used it. After you've enjoyed your food, whatever it is, make sure that you rinse the plastic, get any excess residue off of it, get it into a recycling stream. So what does that mean? It can be something as simple as collecting all your recyclables together, making sure they go into a transparent bag so that whoever's available to collect it will actually see that they're recyclables, and leaving them with the rest of your refuse on refuse day. And just by doing that, you facilitate waste pickers, recycling ecosystems. You've literally helped with that separation to make sure this tub does not go into litter, it does not go into nature or landfill, but rather into a recycling stream and a brick. Indeed.
I love that. Thank you very much for the incredible work that you are doing. I think this is such a positive project from, like we said, from an educational point of view for the youngsters. And how exciting to say, like, my classroom has been built from yogurt tubs. I mean, that's brilliant. Leanne, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I think we can all take a message from this and do our best. Doesn't matter if it is, with regards to this particular project. I think in general, recycling, it is something that we should focus on, Leanne. All the best. I can't wait to see that library built with these bricks. Awesome.